Hello everybody, welcome back to season 2 of Loosey Goosies.
I can't believe we're here, season 2.
Season 2 after all this time.
I know,
Amazing.
it's been a hot minute, right?
It really has. It really has.
And also to our one listener, Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! We've had a good Christmas.
Yeah, 2025.
We made it.
We made it.
Yes.
Just dragged myself through Christmas. Christmas is a bit overwhelming sometimes, isn't it?
I love it. I mean, it is, but I love it.
Yeah.
I have a love-hate relationship with it. I'm not quite sure what to make of it. Sometimes I think, just make it stop, please. And then it does stop, and it's all fine again.
Do you know, oddly, like, the older I'm getting, the more obsessed with Christmas I become. Honestly,
I think that's quite good.
Yes,
I think
that's healthy.
But also for me, it's like people are like usually like, oh, when it gets close to Christmas, that's when you should get everything out and start celebrating. Whereas for me, literally, the moment bonfire night in the UK has come and gone, so like 6th of November, I'm in.
Oh, you go for the long haul.
Yeah, but then obviously, when it gets to Christmas, then I'm like Christmas songs in December though.
Yes. So by the 25th, I'm a bit tinselled out. I have to say, I'm a bit like, Mariah Carey, can you go away, please, for another year?
Put it back into deep freeze.
If I have to listen to that song one more time. Ramaya.
Are you trying to say remind me?
Yes. We decided we were going to try
Carrie.
January, and that did not happen.
No.
Hang on, cheers.
Cheers, everyone. Cheers.
Well, actually, I think possibly we should introduce ourselves.
Yes. For
Yes,
people that
hello.
don't know.
I'm
Hello,
Jonny.
yes. I'm Georgie,
And I'm Sam.
and together we are the
Loosey
Loosey
Goosies.
Goosies, and we are season 2. And we just thought we'd jump on very quickly, just kind of explaining who we are, what we're
Yeah,
about.
reintroduction, because we've been gone for so long.
And what we did in season 1, what we've learnt from it, and kind of what is going to be coming up for you guys over the next 10 weeks. So we will release 2 episodes weekly. One is a mini that comes out on Wednesdays, and it's called a midweek mini. Jonny, would you like to explain what happens?
So we have a jar full of random subjects that we put in many moons ago, and we add to it. People on Patreon can also, if you sign up, can suggest things to go into that jar, and we have 20 minutes to talk on that subject.
Yes, although we have vetoed 2 subjects, which is bestiality.
Bestiality, the animal sex one.
Yes, and also necrophilia. So we do have a choice whether to veto it if it is a very, very controversial subject, which...
We want to keep it light and fun, basically.
Yeah, this is what we're about.
Yes.
And a bit silly, and just go off and rambling nonsenses like we just have.
And then on, is it Sundays, we release a full episode
Yes.
on a particular subject.
Yeah.
So looking back at season 1, we covered... what did we cover?
What do we call? We got
Dissolving the Dead.
Yeah.
We did our pet peeves, so we each did an episode on what annoys us.
Yeah.
And we learned some interesting things.
We did some Halloween spooky stories, which was lovely. I think we each kind of did an episode each, didn't we?
Yeah.
Of these.
And actually, we've kind of had a little bit of feedback that it's a bit too much focus on one individual for a whole hour. So this season, very much, we will be interrupting each other a lot more because we've kind of stuck to a subject, but we're all of us are speaking about our own experiences within one episode.
Yes, but I think also what's different, hopefully, about this season is we do interrupt each other a bit more, but it's got more of a flow to it. I think before,
It's a little bit
sometimes
chaotic,
there could be
wasn't it?
interruptions, but it could almost be like a bit like, I'm going to interrupt unintentionally and then talk about this for 10 minutes and then we go back into what the story's about almost. Whereas this one's got more of a flow to it this year.
Yeah, we were getting a little bit. I think we were a bit overexcited.
Very
just 'cause
excited.
It was,
And plus we're learning, exactly. We're still
Yeah.
learning how things work, what you do, how you do it.
So I'd say season 1 was quite chaotic, quite loud.
Yes.
It wasn't
we
as
screeched a lot.
we did. We were having. It was basically as if the microphone wasn't here and we were just drinking a lot and falling around and having great discussions.
Well, actually, it was born out of lockdown, wasn't it? So it was a kind of a lockdown activity. We were in each other's bubbles, and we just thought, well, what is a brilliant thing to basically pass the time, not thinking that actually a few people would listen to it and actually really enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
So we missed it. We've been away for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
I
I didn't realise it had been so long.
No, I
Yeah,
know.
me either.
Madness.
So we've I feel like we've refined ourselves more so for the enjoyment of the listener rather than us as if we were like at the pub having a good old jolly.
Yeah, absolutely. Because actually, one of our listeners did write in and say it is like being in the pub with you, and which is lovely because I think a lot of people were listening because they were lonely at home. They didn't, it was lockdown, but these were people who knew us and knew our sense of humour.
Yeah, so the people who didn't know us, maybe that was a bit much for them. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I guess so. You'd have to know us personally to
kind of get the jokes that we were talking about.
I think so. So in that respect, so this series coming up, we're a bit more boundaried in letting each other speak and not being too loud and like Sam said, there's a much better flow, I think.
Yeah. I think that's the key
Definitely.
thing. I don't know. We haven't lost. I hope the charm of what we're trying to do from before.
Oh
Because
my
it is still
Mr.
us three having
Mr.
I know.
Because you're calling me charming.
I know.
Do declare.
Well,
Because it's still just us three, like having a chat, having a fun time,
Yeah.
and still, even though we've known each other for a long time, we're still learning stuff about each other, which is quite cool.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
And we don't want to lose our authenticity of who we are, and we don't ever want to kind of fake what we put out there.
Yeah.
But also we don't want to make it so exclusive that only people who know us at a deep level will get it or enjoy listening to it.
Absolutely.
So I think there's a fine balance there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So going into season 2, we're still learning, but we've learnt a lot. We're still sort of trying to work out levels of volume levels, and we've actually taken precautions and actually measured ourselves.
We do.
So we are equal distance from the microphone this time.
We've actually, do you know what? We've measured ourselves with, hang on, here it is. A tape measure. And we are actually, what's the
I think
level
we're
of camera?
38 inches away
38 inches.
Yeah.
Well, after Christmas, I might be a little bit closer.
If you hear some clipping
about
noises,
38
that's Georgie getting
inches.
closer
Yes.
with the...
So, just because we noticed that someone would be quite quiet, other people would be really loudly. I've got quite a barking laugh, and when I laugh, I cackle, and it was really throwing everything off. So, not that I'm not going to laugh or cackle, it's just that we've kind of worked those levels out.
Technically, I think on a technical level, we've sort of advanced slightly, and we're trying to just iron out all those issues.
I know, but please, actually, if you do find that there's something slightly you think that we could do better, please do write in.
Be gentle.
Yeah,
we are still
don't be too
newbies.
savage.
Really, we are still newbies.
And also, I am the new editor.
Yes.
So I've taken on the role of editing, and it's been really interesting learning a new skill. But please be gentle, because I'm still sort of being led by the hand of I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm doing my best, and I'm trying really hard.
And also what I found quite cool about obviously you doing editing is that even down to in terms of refining down to what words are acceptable to say if little swear words, we know which ones are now acceptable that are in the mainstream, which ones not to use that get bleeped.
Yeah, we're trying to be more acceptable, so we're sort of not hedging out people who don't really like the extremely vulgar words.
Yeah,
we'd like to work with people as well who feel confident in us that we're not going to say things that are too out there.
Yeah, and make you feel uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
We do not want to do that.
So you hear some little silences here and there where we slip.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I spent a very enjoyable a day on the BBC website, trying to find out what was offensive, what was moderately offensive, and what's kind of okay words. And we do know we've kind of our one swear word.
It's a surprising list as well of the ones
It
that are
is,
acceptable.
yeah, acceptable. I think I've kind of got my little notes here. So if you hear us say tit a lot, that seems to be our new I
A
put
new
it
cover-up
in
word.
a new cover-up
Yeah.
word of when we want
So
to.
we don't drop the big FC, etc., etc.
Yeah, I wish we were doing it all over the place. But no, I can't find it, so.
Hang on. Aha! Here we are. Is it these?
Yes, the
Yeah.
okay words that we are allowed to use are damn, bollocks, surprisingly.
Well, I did hear the tweenies say that once.
Actually, I think I've actually clocked it on like a Harry Potter now. And
Oh,
I'm like,
yes.
bollocks. Tit.
It just means darn, doesn't it, really?
Yeah, like shit, piss, bitches, and bitching.
Yeah.
So those are the words that we can actually okay without being. They
Sort
don't need
of
to be. They're very PG.
Overtly offensive. Yeah, very
Yeah.
PG.
I mean, the one that I'm most surprised at is obviously shit.
Yeah,
Because that, obviously, when I was growing up, that is a swear word.
yeah.
Yeah, it
But
just
yeah.
means crap, doesn't it? Like rubbish.
Yeah.
Trash.
Well, literally means poop.
Poop.
Yeah, poop.
Poop. Poop. So.
Yeah.
Should we tell our one listener
What's to come?
what's to come?
Yes.
So we've got a
We have
got a wide range actually.
We do have a bit of
A wide range. Some of them are drunk, some of them are sober.
yes.
It's kind of hit and miss
And actually,
nowadays.
it's kind of up to you to guess how many glasses of wine we are down.
Yeah.
We've learned how many episodes you can record in one day.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
and how drunk you can
And
be
do you know
before
what?
you start losing.
Not many.
Losing
Losing
no,
the
it's,
magic.
It's really not many actually. So we've got.
What was
Let's
the
Let's
thing?
have a look. How to get away with murder.
Yes.
So like that's something to look forward to.
For all you plotters out there,
Get your notepads out.
that'd be quite popular after Christmas, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Homeopathy or home remedies.
Yeah,
So we've done a bit of that.
yeah. Hopefully, I'm definitely going to use some of those actually because, as you can probably tell, I'm a little bit bunged up from the Christmas and New Year period.
My personal favourite, aliens.
Yes.
Which
Yeah,
was
we've been
really,
talking about
really fun.
aliens.
Yeah.
Things just like we do like a nostalgia trip, the three of us, don't we? So we've
Yeah.
done kind of childhood, our favourite childhood toys. And again, it's not individual episodes on each of us. It's all of us together talking, hopefully without interrupting each other too much, about our favourite childhood toys. Things like kind of crazy superstitions.
Yeah.
Oh, the superstitions one.
Oh my goodness, I know.
What a time.
What a time. What else have we done? We've done...
Oh, we did another, because in season 1, I think the whole season kicked off with a truth or lie. So we have returned.
We returned to
Oh,
the truth
with
or
another.
lie.
Did we kick off with that? Or did we
Literally,
end with that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Oh, no
episode
way.
1.
Okay. So that's becoming a thing, I think, every season. There'll be a truth or lie.
Although there was an excellent quiz.
Yeah,
We've
we did
done
a quiz.
with
That was
quiz.
fun. Yep.
We've also going to do things like, well, obviously we've done our New Year's resolutions, which will be our first full episode, and
Yep.
listen out for it, for it's coming on Sunday. And Irrational Fears, that was quite a fun one.
Superb, yes.
And then obviously we've got our midweek minis.
They're a bit more out there, aren't they?
Because they obviously we don't know what is being. I can't remember what I've put in the jar.
I can't
The jar,
either.
but it's called the Jar of Doom this season for some reason. I kind of coined that phrase, and I have no idea why. But
I
it's
don't know either.
because it makes me anxious. I'm like, because we've got 20 minutes to talk about a random subject. You have to use your brain quite quickly on like to pull something.
Oh, like we did one where we in season 1 we talked about teeth.
Yeah.
Teeth
Oh,
for
yes.
20 minutes.
We talked about, and I think we did facial hair as well.
Yes, I think so.
Did we? Gosh, I can't remember.
Yeah, I
that.
think
Yeah.
we did. And there's so many random ones. Like, what's the one about Keith?
Oh, should you ever name a baby Keith?
Yeah.
I think that's one of my favourites.
And we
I
actually
remember that
did spoke
vividly.
20 minutes.
Minutes about Keith.
And also the thing I love most about, I think, the midweek mini is that no matter where we are in the conversation, even if it's like really taken off, once you hit 20 minutes, we just stop.
We
That's
just stop
it.
and go bye.
So we might be on the edge of like a question and then you'll never get an answer.
In fact, I have a little list here. So we did 6 midweek minis.
Okay.
And so we did, Keith. Should you ever name? The most calorific meals. my favourite, which was what do humans taste like?
Brilliant.
That was such a funny episode. Cereal, child's favourite versus adult favourite.
Oh, what's your favourite cereal as a child?
Yeah,
and what it is
and
now?
facial hair. So if you want to listen to any of those midweek minis, that is in season 1, and we've got a blue background, and it's the 3 of us.
Yes, I hope I can. I'm sure I can change it because the new colour is going to be pink.
Fuchsia pink.
Fuchsia pink.
I'm so excited.
Yes.
And we promise we are updating our Patreon because we promised so much in the first series.
I
but
know,
we were so
we
excited,
did.
weren't
We were so excited. We're like, we're going to do links here and there. Not neither one of us knowing how to do a link.
We've cracked it now. We're on the case.
We've got it. So you'll find as well, we do a kind of goodbye note from each of us after each main episode.
That's right.
And it will give you all of the information there. And actually, at the end of this episode, I will link the end, the recording of us saying all of the information where you can find everything, where to find us, and also how to get in contact with us, because we would absolutely love to hear from you.
Definitely. I'm looking forward to that one email flooding in.
From our one Patreon. Although we do have one Patreon who we absolutely love. So we're really looking forward to hearing from you, and they are very, very excited that we are back.
Yes. Me too.
Honestly,
Me
I've
too.
had a few. When are you being released? When is it being released? So
I feel like it's so much more refined this time. We're much more organised. Georgie has a book that she writes all like the notes in.
All the organisation is going in. And also, do you know what I didn't realise? Well, you've written the dates of when stuff has been done, which I'm like, oh my god.
It's very good. It's very thorough. It's like a school book. It's fantastic.
it is actually an old school note.
Is it really?
Pad as well.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and it was on an old A4 school notepad.
Brilliant.
Look, I have editing, podcast, the Loosey Goosies.
Studios. What was that?
Is that our future studios?
I actually read that and then that. I read 2 sentences. As you can see, we haven't lost a lot of who we are. It's just a little bit better, I hope.
A little bit easier to listen to.
I know. So, as I said, we kind of talked about what the episodes the main episodes we're going to be talking about this season, which are 10 full episodes.
Yeah.
As I say, they come out on every Sunday. Midweek minis come out on a Wednesday.
There's 10 of those.
And there's 10 of those as well. And we've got some very silly ones. A lot about animals. We've fighting animals, about what would you use as a weapon as an animal.
Oh,
and we learned that Jonny likes hedgehogs in that one.
Yeah,
I went a bit... I don't know what happened.
A hedgehog heavy.
Yes, I did. I went a bit hedgehog rogue there, didn't I?
Yeah, we have... What else do we have?
We had a game.
We've had a few games. We've had something about a magic genie lamp.
Oh, yes.
Something about... What was it? Oh, Noel's house party.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Superb.
Mr. Blobby, he was... massively featured in that one. And I think, you guys will figure it out.
Yeah, we're going to ask our patrons if they want to suggest a subject, and we'll also do a special episode just for patrons.
Yes. Looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
So slowly but surely.
Slowly.
Oh, wow.
Also, we do have another game of how many glasses of wine have we had, and you can email us. We will give you an email address, and you can email us. In this episode, I think Johnny's had 4, Georgie's had 5, and Sam's had 4 bottles. And I think we said everything we want to say?
I think so. I hope you guys, I hope we gain some more fans, and I hope you enjoy listening to our silly conversations. Although this series feels much different from the first series in terms of loudness, in terms of the sheer amount of words at high volume that hits the microphone. I think this series is the same, but it'll be easier on your eardrums. And
hopefully that's a lot of pressure.
That is a lot of pressure. Yeah. It does. I think sometimes we do slip into out of control behaviour, but that's us though.
Yeah.
So yes, join us in 2025 for 10 episodes and 10 midweek minis, and we hope you enjoy them.
Or midweek willies, as I like to say.
Midweek mini. I don't know why I struggle as well with that phrase. Midweek minis.
Midweek minis. And then, of course, you got any suggestions for season 3?
Yes, because we
We
will
are
be start
already
recording
Yeah.
and planning season 3, which will come out. Oh, I did do the math. I think it's in May. But we'll tell you at the end of this season.
Yeah.
Let's do this season
Yeah,
first.
we're intending for May, but who knows?
We'll see what happens. I mean, we are only just in January, so. Anyway, thank you. We're so happy that you are here, and we are very, very happy to be back.
And
So-
one more cheers to you
One more
guys.
cheers.
Cheers to the Loosey Goosies.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for tuning in to the Loosey Goosies. If you enjoyed this episode and want to support us, check out our Patreon for exclusive content, behind the scenes extras and more. You can also find a link to our YouTube channel there. Until next time, stay loose.